Hi again, my friends. So I'm going to take you through a quick flow. We're going to be focusing today on getting those hips and shoulders really happy, okay? So lots of movement in the full range of motion of the joint, okay? To begin, take your knees nice and wide and have your toes pointing back behind you. So you're sitting up on your heels. If this is uncomfortable, you can always place a blanket or a towel underneath the front of your ankle or between your bum and your heels, okay? From here, I'm going to take your hands out wide, tent your fingers, okay? Little side bends. You're going to send your left fingers out to the left. Big breath in, reach your right arm up and overhead. And then as you breathe out, you're going to swim the arm across the body, drag it across the floor, the carpet, whatever you're on. Tent those fingers and then come up and open to the other side. Okay, try that again. Draw down, swim across, and then up and open. Okay, so just start to let the breath flow you through those spaces, getting lots of room in the side waist. You can let the arms start to sort of move organically if there is any other way that you'd like to move. For the next few rounds, if you want to maybe bridge your hips up, you can try sending your hips forward if that feels okay. A few more. Balance out between your sides. And then bring yourself back down to sit. Send the arms up and overhead. Big breath in. As you breathe out, bend the elbows and catch the elbows with the hands. Okay, draw the biceps back by your ears. Take an inhale breath, lengthen the sides of your waist. As you exhale, go up and over to your right. Now from here, start to drop that left shoulder down. Round through center. Press your forearms forward. And then continue that circle over to your left. And back up. Try it the other way. Up and over to your left. Round forward and through. Reach through your forearms. To your right. And all the way back up. Take a nice big breath. Reach up. Exhale. Bring the hands down through center. And then just land them on chest center. Close the eyes for a moment. Take a few big breaths. And just check in, asking yourself, how do I feel right now? We're not looking for any particular answer. Just let the body respond. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, release the hands, shift forward, and we'll meet in our tabletop, our hands and our knees. So spread your fingers really super wide, feel your knees stack underneath your hips. Imagine you're trying to corkscrew your hands into the mat. Now some movement in the right hip here, draw in through your front ribs, inhale, send the right leg up and back, squeeze the heel to the glute. Now I want you to imagine that you've got a T-set on your low back that you do not want to drop, okay? So you're gonna take an inhale. As you exhale, start to circle the right knee out to the right, into the chest, and then back behind you. So try to isolate the movement in the hip joint. Again, out to the right, towards the elbow, underneath, and back. One more time. Wide, in, and back. Take a big stretch of the right leg. As you exhale, bring the right knee towards the outer right elbow and land the right foot to the outside of the pinky finger. So you come up to the tips of your fingers, you're on the inside of that right foot, point your back toes. Now I like to take big hip circles here, so open your right toes slightly out to the right. You're gonna take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, start to send your hips back to the back right corner of the room, and then scrape them over to the left, forward to the top left corner, and then around to the top right. So try that a few more times. Nice big circles in the hips. Don't worry if they don't look like circles at all. If they look more like a blob or a squiggle, that's okay. One more time. All right, bring yourself center. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale. Exhale, land left foot to left pinky finger, and come on down into Malasana, your yogi squat. So if this causes any pain in your knee joint, just have yourself in a half squat instead. You won't be here too long. Lengthen your spine. Send more weight into the pinky toe edge of your feet and take 2 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Fingers to the floor, hips up, parallel your feet, but keep them quite wide. Breathe in, halfway lift and lengthen. Press your hands to your shins. Breathe out and fold. Now let's come all the way up to stand. Circle the arms up and over your head. Exhale, bring the hands down to the center and release your arms. Now 3 rounds of full circles in the shoulders. So you're going to breathe in, scoop the palms forward and up. Now spin your pinkies back to the back of the room without jutting your chin forward. Exhale, circle the arms back in space. I like to do this with a little bend in my knees. 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Spin the pinkies back. Exhale. 1 more time. Breathe in. Spin the pinkies back. Breathe out. Now land your hands on the small of your back. Breathe in, lift up and wide across your chest. Breathe out and fold forward. Come on down. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Bend your knees, land your hands inside the feet, and step the right foot back. Ground your right knee to the floor. Back toes can tuck or untuck. Low crescent lunge. Press through your front foot to rise up. Now bend the elbows, catch the elbows with the hands. We're going to come back into those circles in the torso. So take a full breath. As you exhale, arc up and over to your left. And then circle the forearms forward. Squeeze your inner thighs for your balance. To the right and back up. And do that again the opposite direction. Go to the right, round it forward, draw your little belly in, to your left, and back up. Now inhale, reach the arms tall. Exhale, land your hands inside your left foot. Take an inhale breath. Try sliding your back knee a bit further back. And then as you exhale, start to send your hips back. Curl your left toes up to the sky and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Okay, so again, your hands are inside that left shin. What I want you to feel here is not only is your left heel digging down, but it's trying to hug towards the center line of your mat. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. All right, rebend that front knee. Slide your left knee to meet the right. Child's pose, set the hips to the heels. Reach the arms forward. Tuck the chin and just breathe. How am I feeling now? Check in with yourself. It changes so frequently, moment to moment. All right, the next time you breathe in, come back to your tabletop, back to hands and knees. As you corkscrew the hands, stay put with your right shin, and inhale, flex that left heel, draw the thigh up. Zip in through your core, and then exhale, start to circle the left knee out to the left, underneath, and back. Again, out, under, and back. Try to keep the rest of the pelvis still. 1 more time. Now stretch back, straighten the left leg. Exhale, draw that knee as high up to the left elbow as you can and land it outside your left fingertips. Come to the tent on the fingers. Take a nice in breath. Moving into those hip circles, send your left hip back to the left. Scrape it to the right. Forward to the front right corner. And then over to the left. And so do that a few more times. Don't worry too much about structure or form here. Just let it feel good in the hips. 1 more. Okay, come back to neutral. Tuck your back toes. Inhale, lift your back leg. Exhale, step forward, Malasana, yogi squat. Remember, this can be a half squat. Full breath in. Sigh it out. Fingers down, hips up, parallel the feet, but keep them wide. Halfway lift, squeeze your inner thighs. Fully fold. Stretch all the way up to stand. Circle the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands down through center. Release the arms down, palms face forward. Inhale, swing the arms forward. Spin the pinkies back, and exhale, circle the arms, big backstroke. You got 2 more like that. Inhale. Stay contained in your ribs. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Land the hands on the small of the back. Inhale, little standing back bend. Lift the chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Land your hands inside the feet, step your left foot back. Left knee grounds to the floor, point your back toes, low crescent lunge, reach up. As you exhale, bend the elbows, catch the elbows with the hands. Squeeze your inner thighs, big breath. Exhale, arc up and over to your right. And then squeeze those inner thighs as you round forward, reach through the forearms to your left. And back up. Now try the opposite way to the left. Round forward to the right. Back up. Inhale, stretch the arms. Exhale, land your hands, frame your front foot first, and then bring your hands inside the right toes, so they might go a little bit wider. Take an inhale here. You might want to slide your back knee further back. As you exhale, let's go into that hamstring stretch. So walk the fingertips underneath your shoulders. Curl your right toes straight up. Dig that right heel down, and then feel it try to hug into your center line. A few big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, rebend the front knee, plant your hands. Breathe out, slide right knee back to left, child's pose, 3 breaths. Okay, press into the hands, come forward to tabletop. So we'll add on to this flow, starting to add some challenge along the way, spreading through those fingers, tuck your toes under, and then exhale, give this a try only if it feels okay in your core. Hover your knees an inch from the mat, okay? Keep zipping in through the front ribs, press down through your fingerprints, and then see how this goes. Breathe it in, lift your right heel up and back. Don't drop that T-set on your low back. Exhale, send the right knee to the elbow, to the belly, and back. 2 more, wide to the elbow, in and back. Last one, wide to the elbow, in and back. Reach the right leg back, give a little lift of your hips, big step forward with your right foot. Come to the tips of your fingers, keep your back knee lifted. This time, stretch the right arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, big circle of the right arm back, down, and forward. Do that twice more. You know I love a good arm circle, so imagine that you're literally backstroking through water. Last one. As you exhale, bring your hand down inside that front right foot, stretch your chest. Land to the outside of your left pinky finger, down into that squat. Full breath in and out. Fingers down, hips up, parallel your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stretch all the way up to stand, big reach. Exhale, bring the hands down through center. Now just one of those big arm circles. Breathe in, circle the arms forward and up. Spin the pinkies back, circle the hands behind you. This time lace your fingers together. Breathe in, lift your chest. Breathe out, hinge from your hips, fold. Let the weight of the arms drop heavily to the front of the mat. You can stay here or you can bend one knee, look over the opposite shoulder. And then try the other side. And then back to center, release the hands down, breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, big stride back with your right leg. Okay, so keep your back knee lifted. We're going to come into a high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Catch your elbows. So always an option. Back knee can come to the ground or keep it lifted. I suggest a little micro bend in the back knee to squeeze your thighs. Full breath. As you breathe out, start to arc to the left. As we've done, circle the forearms forward. Be a lot trickier on your balance to the right. And back up. To the other side. To the right, forward, left, and up. Now breathe in, straighten the back leg, reach up with your arms. As you breathe out, you're going to open your back heel flat and spin your left toes the same direction as your right. So you should be facing the right side edge of the mat. Okay, hands can come on your hips. Now spin your heels in and toes out. And start to bend your knees down into a squat. So you can give a little sway side to side. Don't worry too much about how low or how high your hips are right now. Relaxing your shoulders. Okay, so some movement with the arms here again, working on the opening of the shoulders. You're going to take an inhale and let your arms go really wide. So the whole rule of the game here is that at no point do your hands connect with your back body. They're going to hover away from the back body. So with the palms facing forward, breathe in, squeeze the shoulder blades. As you breathe out, bend at your elbows and then hover the hands behind the skull. Don't jut your chin forward. Inhale, reach the arms back out into a T. As you exhale, spin the thumbs face down. Bend the elbows and hover the hands from the small of your back. That's it. Really squeeze the elbows back. Let's try that again. Inhale, send the arms wide into a T, palms face forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows, hover the hands behind the head. Inhale, arms go wide, spin your thumbs down. Exhale, hover the hands from the small of the back. All right, breathe in, reach the arms wide, straighten the legs. As you breathe out, parallel your left foot to the back edge of the mat and open the right toes to the right side. Bend into your right knee. We got our warrior two. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Wrap your left fingers around your right wrist. Side bend, up and back to the left. Nice big inhale breath. And exhale. Come all the way back up center, release the wrist. Windmill the hands down, frame your right foot. Spin onto your back toes, okay? And then from here, step your back foot in slightly and encourage both your legs to work towards straight. So if suddenly the ground's really far away, you can always grab blocks if you have them. Sometimes you could even use a water bottle, okay? Get creative here. Maybe a book, something that you can press your hands up onto, or just walk your hands up into your front shin. Now you can always have your feet wider if you want some more space for your pelvis, okay? Lots of breath here. What I'm going to encourage you to do is try sending your hands or whatever is supporting your hands slightly up and over to the right. As you do that, keep trying to tug this right hip back towards the wall behind you and let the head relax. 3 big breaths. Okay, lift the spine, lengthen. Leave whatever prop you've got behind, plant both your hands. Step back into a floating 3-legged plank. So your left knee can always anchor to the ground. That will make this a 3-legged tabletop. Or see if you can keep that left leg straight and strong. Right back where we started, bend that right knee, stay in your plank, zip in through your core, send the right knee out to the right. In and back. 2 more. Don't rock your hips. Out, in, and back. Last time. Send it back, plank. Inhale. Knees tap down. Child's pose. Exhale. Okay, setting ourselves up for our last standing flow. Here we are. From your tabletop, tuck your toes, and if it feels good, just give a bit of a washing machine of your ribs around a few times before we go back into our tabletop work. Give the core a little bit of a timeout. Okay. Once you have yourself settled, remember tabletop is a great place to stay. If you want a little more fire today, tuck your toes, hover your knees. Draw that low belly in and up. Feel length in your low back. You're going to take an inhale and exhale. Now your left leg this time as you breathe and send your left leg up and back. Circle it out to the left and in. You got 2 more. Try to keep the rest of the body as still as you can. Out and in. Last one. Okay, now send the left leg back. Lift your hips. Left foot comes outside your left pinky finger. Staying on the tips of your fingers, take a nice big inhale breath. Exhale, get this back leg really straight and strong. Now breathe in, reach your left arm up to the sky. And start to circle the left arm back, down, forward, and up. Just 2 more. And the next time your left hand comes down, step forward into that squat. Last malasana of the practice. Full inhale. Cleansing exhale. Fingertips down, hips up, parallel the feet, keep them wide. Breathe in, lengthen the heart. Breathe out and fold. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale. Exhale. Release the arms. Last time like this. Inhale, circle the arms forward. Spin the pinkies back. And then take the hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Breathe in, broaden across your chest. Breathe out and fold. Let the weight of the arms be heavy. Let the head really relax. Maybe you bend one knee and then the next. And then come back center, release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tend your fingers, left foot steps back. So we're gonna aim to come into our high lunge. Remember the back knee can always lower. Come all the way up, reach up. Catch the elbows with the hands, maybe micro bend this back knee. Squeeze your thighs, inhale, lengthen side waist. Exhale, arc up and over to the right. Circle forward to the left and back up. Last time to the left this time. Forward, right, and up. Now straighten the arms, straighten the back leg. Exhale, open the arms to the left, spin the toes, and you're again facing that side long edge of your mat. Okay, hands on the hips, heels spin in, toes out, and again come into that squat. Okay, settle in for a little while. Okay, we won't be here for too long. Last squat of the practice, okay? So let's come back into that flow with the arms. Again, the rule is the hands are always hovering from the back body. They never actually connect. Take the arms wide into that T, palms face forward, big breath in like you're about to give someone a hug. I miss hugs. And then as you exhale, take the hands to hover behind the head. Inhale, arms reach wide, spin your thumbs down. Exhale, hover the hands from the low back. You got it. Inhale, reach wide, palms face forward. Exhale, hands behind the head. Inhale wide, spin the thumbs down. Exhale, hover hands from low back. Last time ever. Breathe in, arms wide, palms forward. Exhale, hands hover from the skull. Breathe in, reach wide, thumbs down. Breathe out, hands hover from the low back. Oh goodness, breathe in, straighten the legs, reach up. As you exhale, parallel your back right foot. Open your left toes and come into your warrior 2. Bend into your left thigh, arms open wide into that T shape. Left palm faces up. Send the left arm back. Wrap your right fingers around your left wrist. Big side bend up and back to the right. Keep trying to wrap your left ribs forward. One more big inhale. Exhale. Come all the way back. Untie your hands. Windmill the hands down, spin onto your back toes, and then shorten your stance. So bring your back foot in slightly. So with your feet in the staggered stance, again, we're trying to have the legs straight. So if you need that prop, just scoot over and grab it. Might be a block, might be a water bottle, or just press your hands to your foot shin. Okay? Now, as you start to bow forward, try sending the prop or the hands up and over to your left. So you're getting a little bit of a side waist opening on the right here. As you bow forward and through your outer left hip, try to squeeze straight back. 3 big breaths. Last one. Okay, walk that block or prop back underneath you, set it aside. Plant those hands strongly. Step, step, hover to that 3-legged plank. So remember, right knee can always tack down for 3-legged tabletop, or give yourself this final challenge. From here, bend the left knee. Exhale, circle it out, under, and back. You got 2 more. Keep those hips as still as you can. Don't rock your pelvis. Last time. Kick that left leg back. Land the toes, land the knees. A child's pose. Try turning your palms face up for a moment, just letting there be some softness to your hands. Forehead rests. 3 big breaths. Press into your hands, bring yourself upright. We're going to swing the legs out from underneath us. We're going to come to lay on our back. So let the body start to cool down here. As you lower yourself down, just let the head relax. Ripple down 1 vertebrae at a time. As you hold the knees with the hands, take big circles with your shins. Okay, across the right ankle over the left thigh so the legs make a figure 4 shape. You can always take that to the ground if this feels like enough. A little more, draw the thighs in and lace the hands to your left hamstring or your left shin. From here, keeping in theme with those little circles, the spirals that we've been exploring, start to move your hips and pelvis in a really small circle this time, making them really slow and gentle. More. Bring yourself back to center, land your left foot, send your right leg up, lace the hands behind your hamstring, and just take 3 big slow circles with your right ankle joint, like you were trying to scrape cookie dough out of the bowl. Don't leave any morsel behind. 3 in the opposite direction. And bend the knee, land the foot to the other side. So cross your left ankle over your right. Lift the legs into the chest. Lace the hands to the right hamstring or the right shin. Start to find those really small circles in the hips. And opposite direction. And then land the legs down, lace the hands behind your left hamstring, straighten the leg up. Slow circles with your left ankle joint. And 3 in the opposite direction. And then bend the knee, land both knees down, take your feet as wide as your mat, arms wide into a T, and just let your knees wash from side to side. Eventually you bring them back to center, bring the arches of your feet to touch, let the knees go wide into a diamond shape, and then rest the hands one into the other with the elbows making a similar diamond shape. If this is uncomfortable for the body for whatever reason, you can always lay on your side, lay flat on your back. Of course, if there's any other shapes that you want to wiggle into, you can take those. Otherwise, just close your eyes. Take a few slow, big breaths. And we come back to that simple question, how do I feel now? Notice what part of the body answers. Notice if it's perhaps a different answer than the beginning of the practice. How do I feel right now? May we remember just how important that question, that checking in is for our body, for our minds. for how we navigate through the day and how that check-in question brings us out of the autopilot that we can sometimes get switched into. Let's take a big inhale breath together and exhale. Slowly start to slide the legs and the arms super straight. Take a big stretch from fingers and toes. Maybe let out a sigh or a yawn. You can bend the knees and just tip yourself gently over. And then make your way up. And we'll finish the way we began, placing one hand on chest center, the other on top of that. Close the eyes. One more full breath in and out. Thank you so much for joining me again, everyone. I hope to see you again soon.